What is up, takers? Welcome back to Ty's Take Today Live. You guys already know we do this each and every Thursday and Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on Facebook and YouTube. So, as of course, I am starting the show as we've been doing since the end of February. Shout outs to my mom, who is currently in rehab. So, I want to just take a moment to dedicate this episode and all of the episodes we've been doing since the end of February up until today to her. She's doing well, and I just want to say thank you from me and my family, to everybody that's been checking in, sharing positive vibes, really thinking of her and keeping us in your thoughts and prayers. She is doing well, and I just want to say that usually she's in the chat watching the episodes, and her entire Facebook is all Ty's Take Today related things. So shout outs to my mom. And like I said, we'll be definitely getting caught up with all of our episodes and catching up on life very, very soon. So this episode and every episode is dedicated to her as always. And I also want to take a moment to thank you all for watching and tuning in with us each and every Thursday and Sunday. And of course, if you want to share your thoughts in the comments, you can comment on Facebook and YouTube if you have any questions for myself or any of our guests. And also, don't forget to stay connected with us. We're on all social medias, TysTakeToday.com, Facebook.com/@It's Ty's Take Today, and of course YouTube. So with YouTube, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to us so you can get caught up on all of our previous episodes. Tonight's episode is episode 36, and you can also check out our YouTube and get notified when our upcoming episodes are and who we're going to be featuring on the show for June and even July. So that's something that you guys are going to want to check out as well. And then of course Instagram @It's Ty's Take Today. Also, with May being Mental Health Awareness Month, we talk about mental health with almost all of our guests here on Ty's Take Today. And coming up on tonight's episode, we are connecting and chatting with Kristy Love. She is the mindset coach. She's an international speaker, and she is the founder of Thoughts Become Things, the nonprofit. So we're going to be talking to her about all of the amazing things she's doing in her work directly related to mental health. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and add Kristy to the virtual stage right now. Hey, Kristy.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. And I really want to just start, take us back to day one. What sparked your passion for personal growth and overall mental health and wellness?
Oh, that's a good question. So about 20, I think I've been on my personal growth development journey since 2012. I really was just tired of my own crap, really. And I was young, so of course you can make mistakes and you have room for growth, but at the same time, I was still tired of my own crap. And I discovered this YouTube video. It was called The Secret, and they have now books and, full-blown Instagram pages. It's expanded, right? But as I was into personal development, I just started reading more books. I got more deep into it. After I graduated college in 2016, I became a life coach. And as I went on, I got other certifications. I really just figured out that I wanted to focus on just mental health in the Black communities and the other communities that I serve. With the knowledge that I had, I wanted to be able to teach other people, and really just wanted other people to feel good and get out of survival mode. So that's just kind of how it started.
Absolutely. So taking those things and those obstacles and challenges that you were going through in your personal life, and that kind of helped spark the launch of Thoughts Become Things, correct? Yes. So can you tell us a little bit more about Thoughts Become Things and what your guys' mission is and how you are helping youth turn their thoughts into some positive actions?
Yes. So I'm glad I'm able to talk about this because we kind of been on a little break and we're on our way to coming back this summer/fall. So my favorite saying, obviously, is always thoughts become things. And today is going to be one of the best days of my life. So the purpose of Thoughts Become Things is to really be able to give these services free for young adults. So the services include free mindset coaching, free financial coaching, but we put it in the form of a program. And the program is called Mindset to Self-Sufficiency. So not only do we want young adults to be self-sufficient, know the resources that they need to go to, don't wait until the last minute where you know that, okay, if I don't pay my rent, I could get kicked out. Don't wait till the last minute. Let's try to figure out some things beforehand, but also tying into this living in survival mode. What are some resources, some techniques, some prompts that I can do to help me reprogram my mindset. And what even is survival mode? What is trauma? Like, how am I not managing my money right when I don't have any money to manage? Like, just looking at all of these different things. And my whole thing was, being a young college kid, or even in my late 20s, hell, even in my early 30s, like, going through things that led me into survival mode. I wouldn't have been able to make it out if I didn't have these mindset tactics. And I can't imagine what other people go through not knowing the things that I know. So if I can share the information with as many people as possible, then that is my goal, to make sure that the thoughts that people have in their mind, the positive thoughts, the change that they want to see, that they're able to do so. So by us just instilling like this wisdom, these techniques, these practices have really helped people, get to the other side and instill that wisdom in them, not just for the weeks that they work with us, but, moving forward, and hopefully they're able to tell and inspire some other people as well.
Absolutely. So for you, were there any particular or any big challenges or obstacles that you faced early on? And I know you said you guys took a little bit of a break, so there's going to be some rebranding and some upcoming projects, and we're going to start seeing more content. Was there any like major obstacle or challenge that you experienced launching Thoughts Become Things, or just even in your personal journey?
Yes, the funding. The funding. So it is technically just me and my co-founder. My co-founder is a therapist, and she is a very booked and busy therapist. So, obviously doing it at no cost, coming out of the kindness, of her heart, because she wants to help people. But at the same time, we all got super, super busy, economic challenges, and then sometimes when you're doing a program for free, the risk is, are people going to come? Even though they said that they want to come, are people going to come? So having to navigate around those things, we went after funding, of course, several times. People love our idea. People have seen the statistics, the work, and then something just falls through. Like, we've had several promised partnerships, and somebody left the job, somebody got fired, or they didn't have enough money for it. Like, I would say 3 to 4 times in 1 year. And obviously that led me to disappointment, because you get tired of carrying it on your back for so long. So I did take a step back. Well, both of us, we did take a step back. And it's just been kind of a mental struggle trying to figure out, okay, what can we do differently? And now I'm just at the point where I just want to teach, and I'm not in that I need to make money, I need to do this. I'm kind of like in flow and ease. And right now I just want to get back to teaching. So I will be bringing it back, but it'll be like on my own terms, not overworking myself, just really getting out there, putting the word out and teaching, and the rest, whatever is supposed to come from it, it'll come from it.
Absolutely. So I know you said you're not, solely focused on like turning it into an income or that type of development, but for those that may be watching or maybe watching later, that are there ways upcoming? Should they be on the lookout for ways to get involved? If people do have a couple extra dollars and want to donate, what does that process look like? And can people volunteer their time or their services or get connected with you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. So our Instagram page is Thoughts Become Things NP. So NP as a nonprofit. Or they can go to our website, which is thoughtsbecomethingsinp.org. Or they can follow me on any social media platform, which is Kristy Love. Those are the main ways to get in contact with us if they want to volunteer time, if they want to get funding, if they're interested in partnership. That's where we're at. Oh, I can't hear you.
There we go.
Okay.
Perfect. And I know it's currently on the screen. We're also going to have it streaming at the bottom interchangeably during our conversation. But for your Instagram, how many underscores is it? Because it's Kristy Love and 2 underscores.
Yeah,
okay. Just wanted to make sure that we had that correctly on there. So with 2 underscores. And then we'll also post all of your guys' social media up on our pages as well. But for people out there, what advice would you give to someone who may have a dream but is battling that self-doubt or fear?
It's really about changing your self-concept, and that's a lot of deep work, right? But self-concept looks different for everybody, but I'll just give, like a quick example. A lot of the times, like you said, we have dreams, but we don't know where to start. We're doubting ourselves, things like that. When you're able to change your self-concept and think like, okay, what excuses are holding me back? What beliefs do I have about myself and my situation that are holding me back? We have to be real with that first. It's not just about positive affirmations. You can say anything that you want and speak it into the universe and be like, okay, so where's my money? Like, where's my new house? But it's about the belief system. And we have a set of beliefs that we hold on to until about 30 to 35. If your belief system is that it never works out for somebody like me, it's going to take hard work, it's going to take all of these years, then that's what it's going to be. That you're stating it as that's what it's going to be. If you believe that all things are possible and that things come to you easily and frequently, and that you have the courage to take the action steps that you need to do to get it done, then that's what happens. But it's really all about, what is my belief about myself and what is my belief about my situation? Then from there, once you're confident in that new version, and you got to start telling the new story too. And it's going to feel uncomfortable at first. Like, okay, what am I saying? But you got to continuously tell that new story about how it works out for you. And that new story has to become normal for you. Like, it's normal for me to get the things that I want. It's normal for me to get that dream job, or it's normal for me to make however much, whatever it is. It has to be normal to you. And that's where it comes in, changing the self-concept. So think about your limited beliefs. Think about what will happen in a year from now if you continue to hold on to your limited beliefs or your excuses. And then think about what will happen if you decide to let go, and where you'll be a year from now if you don't have those limited beliefs and excuses. So
Absolutely.
mind work first.
And I know, for people that follow you on social media, you post frequently. So I know you're a firm believer in like affirmations and, like you said, The Secret, speaking things into existence. Can you tell us a little bit more about what are some of the core values or messages that you want people out there to take away, whether it's from Thoughts Become Things or just following you and your platform and the content that you create? What messages and even feelings and emotions that you want people to connect with?
One thing I want people to do, actually, this is an action step more so. One thing I want people to do is start paying attention to, I guess, like their daily schedule. And what I mean by that is the time you spend like on social media, the time you spend just aimlessly thinking about like the worst case scenarios, and start to plant that with, how do I get like this new belief system, right? I study like to the T. I study a man called Neville Goddard. And Neville Goddard is like I feel like he's a philosopher. I could be wrong, so don't quote me. But he's a really, really smart man from in the early 1900s. And he really talks about the law of assumption. He talks about it deeper, not just like the law of attraction, the positive affirmations, you speak this, you speak that. You have to go a little bit deeper in like the faith and manifestation part of things, and acting as if and living as if, and those type of things. I really want people to start reading up or looking up on YouTube Neville Goddard. He is literally the truth. And once you listen to him, that's all you want to listen to in the morning time to kind of get your mindset together. But some of the core values I think I would say I want people to take away is really start to live your life as if, which is my favorite saying, live your life as if today is going to be one of the best days of your life. That is one of my core values. And whatever that looks like for you, if it's going to be one of the best days of your life, yes, get that latte. Yes, you might want to buy that perfume or that cologne. The money, it comes back. That's the thing about faith, right? I'm not saying blow your whole rent check. I'm not saying that. But I am saying do those little things that will spark and make you happy, because you literally, life is short. Life is short. We do not know when the next day will come. We assume that it will be tomorrow. I hope that I can see tomorrow or the end of next week, but live your life as if today is going to be one of the best days of your life. Don't wait to feel happy. That's another thing. Do not wait to feel happy. If you're waiting for something to feel happy, you'll literally be waiting forever. Don't wait until the man comes back. Don't wait until you get the promotion. Don't wait until the sun is out or your kids graduate or whatever. Today. That's all we have. That's all we know that we have is today. I had a really, really close friend of mine, also an ex-boyfriend, that literally just passed away about 3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago. And he lived his life every single day until that last day. He died actually doing something that he loved to do. I can laugh at it now, but he died doing something that he loved to do, which is riding his motorcycle. People did not like that motorcycle for him, but that's what he loved to do. You know, he didn't wait until I'm not gonna wait until, you know, everybody feels comfortable with me riding. You know, he did what he loved to do. And with him passing, it really just let me know, like, we are not promised another day. So don't wait until something happens for you to go ahead and do it. It's time to live now, because now is really all you have. And I think that those are my main key takeaways that I love to tell people: living as if today is going to be one of the best days of your life, and really just not waiting to feel something or waiting to do something until you want to be happy or until you want joy. And then live every day as if, I always say, live as if you are the walking miracle. You are the blessing. You don't have to wait on the miracle. You are the living miracle. And when you act as such, when you take everything else off a pedestal and put yourself on the pedestal, that's when things become like a magnet to you. So those are my key takeaways.
Absolutely. And my condolences to you as well as the family. I think I also saw a lot of posts of support that people were posting on social media. And I saw a video, a clip, I believe, as well. So definitely, my heart is with you and his family as well, and his loved ones. With May, shifting gears a little bit, with May being Mental Health Awareness Month, aside from thoughts become things and some of the things that we've discussed earlier, how are you using this month to really focus on your mental health personally? And do you have any daily habits or thought practices outside of affirmations that help you maintain your mental wellness?
Oh, yes. So I am doing the best that I can with my mental health this month, considering, the things that have happened in the last couple of weeks. But what I am doing is understanding that rest is okay. I've kind of been on the go the last month, like doing something every day, hanging out with people. It's just been a lot going on. And so this weekend, I decided, well, really, I didn't decide. It just kind of happened that way. I'm like, I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be in this house. But also, I kind of forgot that it was actually Mental Health Awareness Month. I just so happened to be doing this. So I'm doing a 30-day challenge with myself. It's a mental and physical and spiritual challenge. And so I have certain private practices that I do, but one thing is always key is like a 10 to 15 minute guided visualization meditation. And that kind of helps me to center. And you can do this on YouTube, any YouTube that, may be positive and work for you. Just really taking 15 minutes throughout your day to really just let me focus on the good things, like the things that I love. Also, for it's past 40 days now. So we may be on, I may be on 100 and something days, but since the beginning of this year, pretty much every day or every other day, I write a list of things that I love throughout the day. So if it's, I love that I watered my plants. I love that I got a sale at the store. I love that the man held the door open for me. I love that I have a house, a car, just like the things, right? And those things help you to focus on what's going right in my life, what good things are happening in my life. Because we can easily talk about the bad things, about, my boss was talking to me crazy today. I got $5 in my bank account. Like, we can easily talk about that, but really paying attention to the things that you love can instantly uplift your mood. And a lot of us, we are dealing with some heavy stress with finances, with our family, with, not knowing where the next meal is going to come from, or, how am I going to pay for this? Just a whole bunch of different things. When you're able to shift and focus in on gratitude, that gratitude expands, and it helps you to realize how truly blessed you are and how, we just got to take this thing day by day. And sometimes we got to take it hour by hour. So doing that, doing the meditation, also talking about the new story to yourself. And you can do this in your journal, or you can do this in the mirror. I do it in the mirror because I hate writing. I do it in the mirror, but what the new story is, today was a really good day. I had a great day at work. I actually got a promotion. Things are starting to look up for me. Things are working out. And isn't it wonderful how it's so much money in my bank account? Like, I have enough money to pay my bills. I have enough money to, buy me a latte, do the things that I love to do. This is the new story, right? Instead of saying, my boss be getting on my nerves. They kept me too late. My latte was trash today. Like, that's the story. Those are the things that we expect to happen. We always expect the worst things to happen. But what about some of the best things? How do we tell that new story? So those are some 3 critical things that I do. And of course, the gym. Like, the gym is a good mood booster. I was in there 3 times a week, but now I'm in there 5 because I need to lose weight. I need to take it up a notch. But yeah, so those are my key things this month that I'm doing to help improve my mental health.
Absolutely. And aside from some of the valuable gems that you've been dropping during our interview today, I think, that, like you said, that the whole mindset, because there's so many of our audience, or our viewers rather, that are working those, that 9 to 5 job plus the side hustle plus the second or third job. It's so easy, myself included. So like we can relate and speak on it because we've either been there or we are there currently. But for you, what is like the key advice you would give to somebody out there? For example, maybe someone that's working those 10-hour days, not using their talents in a creative sense because they're stuck in that corporate job, which they're grateful for, but at the same time, they're ready to really be working in the industry that they're really passionate about. What advice would you give to somebody out there that may be watching this, that may be in that type of situation?
That's a good idea. And I know I've been there before, so I'm logging back in my mind, like, okay, what have you done? And what I did was really create my own lane. And with the projects and work and things that I did that I implemented into the community or just in other businesses, I put those things on my resume. And then when it was time, like, there was one time, this was like, this wasn't last year per se, but a situation last year, I wanted to basically leave a job. I was fed up with it. I'm sick of it. I'm like, I can't, but it's like, either you can stay and complain or you can do something about it. My do something about it was, okay, every weekend before you go out, you need to be applying to them jobs. And I had a set target, right? So one weekend I was so fed up, I applied for like, I think it was 52 jobs. Isn't that crazy? It's not even 52 jobs out there for real. I applied for 52 jobs. And only 2 people called me back out of the 52. 2 people called me back. But one of the jobs that called me back, I'm actually at that job now. But I was just very determined. I'm like, okay, if this is my problem, what is my solution? So if you're at a job that you don't like, and this could be, you might not have the experience. If you don't have the experience, the best thing to do is build something of your own, right? Because then that's your experience. If you're into, for example, I used to host. I used to have a show. I used to have a radio show. I used to have a TV show. I started that before I even graduated college because I needed the experience. So when I apply for jobs, I'm like, this is what I can do. What can y'all do for me? Like, how can you help? So if you don't have the experience, I would say build something. If you do have the experience, I would say create an action plan for yourself. Where do you want to be? What are those networks or businesses you're looking to work for? What kind of businesses are you looking to work for? Or even if you're looking to open up your own business, I don't know. But you start networking with those people. You start going on those websites to see like what jobs do they have, and you set aside time. It's all about really, what's my goal here? What's my end goal? And then what's my action plan? And don't stop until you reach that end goal, but also make sure that you take those action steps. You taking those action steps, just like how you get up in the morning, you check your phone, you You check your Instagram, you check your TikTok, you check your Hinge, Tinder, whatever. You check all these different things. Those are your action steps in the morning, instead of replacing it with, okay, I'm applying to this job, or I'm sending an email to this person. Like, it's just about doing the steps, really. So that's what I would say. Know what your end goal is, set your goals, and then set your action steps. And even if you want to get a little funky with it, set a time frame for it. Time frame doesn't work for everybody. It works for me though. I set time frames for, by this date or this month, I'm gonna be out of here, or I'm gonna be done with this goal. This is over. So that is my advice, and my suggestion is to create some goals and set some action to it.
Absolutely. And, I feel like also when it comes to mental health, there's that negative stigma in certain aspects. Whether it's, men should be men and they shouldn't be emotional or sensitive or express their emotions, or, seeking therapy or counseling or resources or even mindset coaches. That's a negative thing. How do you think, or more specifically, what is something that you wish more people would understand about mental health, and that sometimes that stigma that may be associated with it, when it comes to particularly communities of color?
It's okay to have safe spaces, and it's okay to have safe spaces within your own community and your own people. Not everybody is the same. But a lot of times in our communities, like, we feel like we can't trust one another, right? We haven't built that trust. So when we do see a safe space, it's like, it's a red flag. Like, you're getting too close, or, things like that. And I just encourage people to try. Like, we try the good. The bad. I'm sorry. We try the bad. We entertain the bad. We've entertained the worst. Let's try entertaining possibly the good. And the good could be taking a step to go into therapy, or even like a group session. You could literally just be sitting listening to what somebody else has to say, and how it may work out for them. And sometimes maybe therapy is not for everybody, but I always encourage more safe spaces in our communities, because sometimes we all we got, like, you know what I mean? So being able to trust at least one person with, when my mind is messed up, I can share these thoughts and I can release these thoughts. Or, I can go to my therapist or my social worker or whoever and get some resources that will better help me to become more self-sufficient, or to, ease my mind. I can try some new mindful techniques. And now a lot of these things are free. Like, a lot of these things are free. So I would just encourage people to try, just like how we try the bad things, we entertain the bad things. Let's start entertaining just more of the good things, and let's just see what's the worst that can happen. Because sometimes a lot of people feel like the worst has already happened, right? So if you feel like the worst has already happened, what's the worst that can happen? Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I would say, is let's just try, and just don't be afraid of opening up to people. Obviously, it is scary, like opening up to a stranger, but that's up to you to identify, is this a safe space? Am I comfortable here? And really, with a therapist, we encourage, well, I'm not a therapist yet. I'm going to school to be a therapist, but we encourage people to say, hey, like, whatever you're not comfortable with sharing, you don't have to share. We can take this at your own speed, because really, let's hear what you have to say. I'm not going to start judging you. I'm not going to start telling you what you need to do. I'm here to listen to what you have to say. So find those safe spaces, guys.
Absolutely. I think it's so important to, like, it may be difficult at times to have these types of conversations, but I think initially just opening the door, being open to having the conversation is a step in the right direction. And congratulations also on the school journey.
Thank you.
I can relate in a different type of field though, but I'm currently getting my associates in multimedia journalism.
Yeah.
So yes, we gotta recognize that hard work, especially working full time and doing the school thing. Kristy, I think you and I need to partner up and collab and put an event together for sure, because I think there's so many people out there that maybe even watching today don't even know where to begin their healing journey or their transformative journey. And there's so many resources out there. I think that we should definitely talk off air about trying to put in an event together.
Of course.
But I also want to talk about your vision within the next 1 to 3 years from today. What is your biggest vision for Thoughts Become Things?
My biggest vision is for it to be a normal program or class in schools and in other like nonprofit organizations. I think that this is a program that nobody has. That's why I feel like I thought it would have been easier, but things take time, and we tweak things and we go. But this is really a program here in Detroit that nobody has. Nobody is teaching free mindset classes. Like it costs. If you look up how much it costs to work with a mindset coach, let me tell you, you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to just get on YouTube and just try to figure this out, because that's exactly what I did. I just got on YouTube. I read a lot of books. I took classes, courses, things like that. And it got me here. And as I'm continuously, most of the time now I'm on TikTok with my videos, and I'm just like, I really should just start teaching classes. So I think one of my biggest visions is for this to be a normal class curriculum in schools and within nonprofit organizations that, are dedicated toward the social work, community wellness space. And let that be that.
Absolutely. You've already brought it up on the show, so I expect to be talking to you again soon,
Yes.
and having you share with us that the program is being taught at DPS schools and schools all across Metro Detroit, and even let's say the world. Like this is information that needs to be taught and people need to know about. And then lastly, what do you hope your legacy is long term? When people hear Kristy Love, founder of Thoughts Become Things, what do you want your legacy, imprint, and impact to look like?
That's a really good question. I want my legacy to be, this is a girl that lived her life every day as if it was one of the best days of her life. A girl that had no limits. A true community leader. I don't know. Those are some of the main things. Like just somebody that really lived, somebody that just wanted to help people, just wanted to teach out of the kindness of their heart. I really just want others. I know I have a good life, and I know every day is not going to be the best, but I want more people to be able to experience the good things that I have experienced. And when I say the good things, I don't even mean like financially, because like I stay in the hood. I love the hood, but I would love to be in a mansion. Like I would love to be in a mansion, right? But when I say I want people to experience the good things, I want people to experience consecutive days where I'm having a great day. Like I've experienced months where it's just like I haven't had a bad day in months. Like, and that's very rare for people. Or, my bank account has been, over $500 or whatever it is. I want people to be able to experience that. So where things just instantly like fall in their lap. Like, okay, I have a problem. Then my problem is not magically solved in the next 24 hours. Like I want people to be able to be solution oriented and not sit in their suffering, because those are days that you're wasting of your life and you don't know how much life you have, So that's what I want my legacy to be able to give back, like give people those happy days, give people more happy days by being able to reprogram their mindset. That's what I want my legacy to be.
Absolutely, and you deserve all of the recognition because you're out here doing it. So kudos to you, and definitely I respect the work that you're doing. All right, Kristy, let's lighten it up just a little bit with a quick game of rapid fire. For those viewers that may be new to Ties Take Today Live, we do this with each of our guests. It's random, fun, rapid, just some crazy questions. And sometimes it's like this or that edition. So we're going to just see what we have for Kristy. All right. So the first question, morning routine must have, meditation or music, if you could only pick one.
Ooh. No, music.
All right, I'm gonna add a couple to this. I have a list, but I'm gonna add some.
Okay.
Favorite Detroit artist?
I love Big Sean.
Yes,
I love Big
yes. See, look, we're already best friends.
Sean. That's
'Cause
it.
that is mine, and I will plug his book all the way. This isn't an endorsement that's paid, but
Go get
for
that book.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Go hire 5 Practices for Purpose, Success, and Inner Peace
Mhm,
by, of course, Detroit's own Big Sean.
mhm.
Next question. What is your go-to self-care activity when you've had a stressful day?
Um, Sometimes it's laying in the middle of my living room and putting my headphones in and just like listening to Stevie Wonder, like just lay back and just kind of like surrendering it all. Like
It is what it is.
it is what it is. Tomorrow will be a new day. Yeah, and pouring a glass of wine, which I'm gonna do shortly.
I was gonna say that wine was a
Yep.
nice, maybe 2 glasses.
Yeah, today,
Sometimes, depending on the day, a bottle.
listen.
But I am right there with you. What is one song that instantly lifts your mood?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so since I am a Stevie Wonder fan, I guess I'll give another Stevie Wonder. What's the song that me and him used to always listen to? Oh, Stevie Wonder, Don't You Worry About a Thing.
Yes, for
Yes.
sure. If you could only pick one, journaling or talking it out?
Talking it out. I talked to
Mm,
it, so.
okay. I thought you were gonna say journaling, but okay. First word that comes to your mind when you hear the word mindset.
Me.
I love it. Coffee date or solo nature walk?
Solo nature walk. Mm-hmm.
And I know you mentioned your favorite affirmation, but do you have another one, or can you share your favorite? Share that one again with our audience.
My favorite one is today is going to be one of the best days of my life. And another one that I always say, everything always works out for me.
Absolutely. Would you rather host a healing retreat or a motivational summit?
A motivational summit.
Okay. If you had a dream panel, who would that panel feature?
Sean has to be on there. So let's start there. Sean has to be on there. There's this guy, I think his name is Michael Betwith or Bet something with a B. He's like a spiritual manifestation type of guy. Who else? Can we say like people that have passed on?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I would love for Nipsey Hussle to be on there. I love Nipsey Hussle. I loved how he talked just things about like motivation and the spiritual realm and things like that. I would say Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor passed away a couple of years ago. He taught a lot about law of attraction, law of vibration. So we say Nipsey Hussle, Sean. I feel like it's probably some people that I miss. I need like a money guru, like somebody that's in the R&B, the rap industry, but I can't think right now. But those are a few of my starting people that I listen to.
For sure. I think for one person for me would be Jay Shetty, author, podcast host.
There we go. Jay is good. Jay is
For
great.
sure. All right, let's speak into
Mel Robbins. There we go.
Mel Robbins. I'm literally almost done with the Let Them theory.
Yes.
And yes, I think mine would be definitely Sean, Jay Shetty, Mel Robbins, and then of course Tyler and Kristy. So
Yeah.
we're making this happen. We just spoke it into the universe. So that event, get your tickets ready.
Yep.
It's already in the universe. Lastly, what is one mental health myth that you wish we could stop spreading or people would stop believing?
A mental health myth. What I hear a lot from the jobs that I have, like in social work, is that the therapists don't listen. I heard that when I used to work a lot with the youth, that was like their main thing. Like, what's the point? The therapist doesn't listen. The therapists are there to listen, but it's up for us as the clients to be able to do the work. The therapist is not there to solve all your problems. The therapist is there to kind of guide you and bring awareness to what some of those issues are, because you might not even know that it's actually an issue, right? So I don't want people to look at, like the therapist is supposed to solve all my problems. That's not what the therapist is there for. And I think we should get rid of that.
For sure. Kristy, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. And before you get out of here, go ahead and let everybody know once again where to follow and connect with you. And then we'll also put it up on the screen as well.
You can connect with me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at Kristy Love with 2 underscores.
TheKristyLove.com. And then, of course, at Thoughts Become Things NP for nonprofit as well. All right, Kristy, I plan on talking to you real soon. Again, enjoy that glass of wine, and we'll definitely, hopefully, be in touch and have you on again soon.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Absolutely. That was Kristy Love, the founder of Thoughts Become Things, the nonprofit, as well as a mental health advocate. So be sure to check out the work that she is doing. And then that's going to do it for the end of tonight's episode. So if you're like Kristy, go ahead and enjoy that glass of wine. And coming up on later editions of Ty's Take Today, on the 22nd, we are talking to a nonprofit founder of Scrap Soils and artist Ricky Blanding. So basically, Scrap Soils is composting. It's a composting nonprofit dedicated to diverting food waste for a more sustainable Detroit. They offer a weekly food waste pickup service for both Detroit residents and businesses. So we're going to be talking to Ricky Blanding about his journey, as well as what sparked his interest and how he started Scrap Soils. We're also going to be continuing our mental health series in honor of May being Mental Health Awareness Month. We are going to be talking to mental health advocate and therapist Darian Watson to talk about some of the common trends that he sees with his clients. And then, of course, on the 25th of this month, we are talking to creative and creator Isaiah, as well as mental health and self-care advocate Jessica York. She is the owner of Breathe Bodywork and Beautification. And then we're also going to be closing out that episode with Dr. Candice Cox. She is a licensed clinical social worker. She's a corporate trainer, and she trains. What she does is she basically trains companies on strategies that reduce stress and burnout. She is also the founder of Chaos Inc. Chaos stands for Keep Healing and Overcoming Struggles. So, like I said, if you haven't already, be sure to connect with us and follow us on all social media platforms. Those are some of the episodes that are coming up later in later editions later this month to close out the month of May. And then, of course, be sure to follow us on Instagram at It's Ty's Take Today, Facebook.com/at It's Ty's Take Today, and of course, YouTube.com/at It's Ty's Take Today. I'm telling y'all, we try to keep it as simple as possible because there are so many social media platforms that you guys can find us on. And of course, if you haven't already, you can hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future episodes. You could take a step back and watch all of the past 35 previous episodes, since tonight's episode is the 36th. And then you can also see the upcoming episodes and get notified for later forthcoming episodes of Ty's Take Today. Also, shifting gears just a little bit, and I'm going to switch out the graphic here to close us out. So for those of you that may not know, June is Pride Month. So we are currently working on episodes for our June episodes. So if you or someone you know is a LGBTQIA plus identified individual, a creative, a music artist, a business owner, nonprofit owner, and identifies within the LGBTQIA plus community, if you're a Pride festival or a Pride event organizer, or if you're just an ally that supports the LGBTQIA plus community, we definitely want to hear your story and talk to you and feature you on our show. So you can either reach out to us on Instagram or Facebook or email at TysTakeTodayPodcast@gmail.com. But we are currently booking guests for our Pride series, which is going to begin in June. So if you or someone you know may be interested, be sure to go ahead and contact us and reach out to us. I got my shirt that says love in all different colored writings and fonts. So definitely be sure to stay tuned to Tides Take Today Live. We do this every Thursday and Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Closing us out one last time, shout outs to my beautiful mom, who I cannot wait to see and catch up with. And I just talked to her today, so she appreciates all the love and support that everybody's been giving and asking. We just ask, and we're so grateful and so blessed. So I just ask that those of you that are praying, or if you're sending positive vibes and a quick healing and recovery, be sure to keep those vibes and those energies and frequencies coming. And we thank you, and we'll see you guys right back here on later editions of Tides Take Today. Also, I have to plug, if you haven't checked out our Detroit After Dark Power in Politics series, it is a segment where we're talking to candidates that are running for mayor in the city of Detroit. We're talking to candidates that are running for city council. We're talking to legislators and activists and advocates. And we're really breaking down the roles, the responsibilities, the duties of our lawmakers, whether it's local lawmakers and elected officials, or officials that are elected on a state level or even a national level. We're really breaking down those terminologies that we may hear on TV, but we don't know what it means. So if you miss civics 101 in high school or middle school, we'll definitely get you covered. And we're also interviewing candidates and taking a deeper look at their platforms and what they hope to bring and how they plan to make a difference and make some changes. So be on the lookout for that. We did interview Denzel McCampbell and Chantel Watkins as well. So go ahead and check out those interviews. They're posted up on YouTube, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening.